The year is 2040. A city council meeting is convened to discuss a plan to sustainably develop Flint, Michigan. Thank you everyone for coming to the annual city council meeting on sustainable growth. Today we'll be hearing solutions from 3 different organizations as to how we can best allocate our budget and helping the city develop sustainably. Given our current funding constraints, we'll only be able to fund one of the proposed solutions. Everyone, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am Deema. I am here today to talk to you all about why it is important to save water. I work with a company called ReWater that aims to put low flow fixtures in homes, in your bathrooms and laundry rooms, in order to reduce the amount of water that is being used every day and resolve the issue of wasted water.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alexander Gu, and I'm currently representing Urban Planners for a Sustainable Future. With the current issues facing Flint, restructuring our cities to reduce our dependence on personal vehicles and encourage a healthy walking lifestyle should be our first and foremost priority.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jasmin, and I'm here on behalf of World Bank to speak with you all about the importance of reducing poverty. My organization works by asking the poor what they need. Having someone to listen to that community can help bring awareness of the lack of justice, fairness, and opportunity in their city. Thanks to everyone for giving us a preview of your ideas. We'll now begin to hear more in depth on each organization about the specifics of their solutions and why they're effective in achieving our current goals.
Americans use 98 gallons of water each day. 60% get used indoors, while 30% get used outdoors, and the remaining 10% are lost through leaks. In 2014, Flint, Michigan had water contamination that led to public health concerns. People got sick because there was lead in the water, and if we don't have clean, accessible water, then more places like Michigan will face these issues. Strains on water supplies and our aging water treatment system can lead to a variety of consequences for communities, such as higher water prices to ensure continued access to a reliable and safe supply, increased summer watering restrictions to manage shortages, seasonal laws of recreational areas like lakes and rivers when the human demand for water conflicts with environmental needs, expensive water treatment projects to transport and store fresh water when local demand overcomes availability capacity. And so the solutions that we could look at for in-home solution includes installing low flush toilets and water efficient washing machines to reduce the amount of water being used daily. Individuals can cut down on water waste by reducing shower times, flushing fewer times per day, and taking the initiative to waste less water. Water efficient appliances and low flow fixtures can reduce water used within homes by 45%, which is why we have to install shower heads and dishwashers that decrease the water that is released. Outdoor solutions include using captured rainwater to use for outdoor plants, or investing in plants that require less water to grow, and installing a drip irrigation that releases low volume and low pressure water to your lawns. If we take these one-time actions, then we can see major restorations of lakes, rivers, and natural water systems, because we would be using less water overall. And so those systems would regenerate. Integrating low flow fixtures can reduce carbon dioxide emissions by 1 to 1.6 gigatons by reducing the amount of energy used to heat up water by 2050. The impact of water saving is highly accessible and can be easily adopted to help reduce water and energy waste. If we implement these technologies, then we have the advantage of having to only do this one time to see immediate results, and there's no need to fear running out of clean, hot water when we take the initiative to implement these solutions into our lives. However, the downside to these solutions is that the shifts that people take to reduce water use to become habits in order to make an impact over the long run.
The solution to reducing poverty, as I previously mentioned, is to genuinely listen to the individuals and see what they need and hear about aspects in which their community lacks. The advantages to this will be seeing a decreased amount of poverty, which will help our environment overall if we all take part and commit to solving this climate crisis. Poverty has been a sociological issue for a very long time now, and it seems to be a rising issue all over the country. For instance, the percentage of the population living below the poverty line in Detroit, Michigan is 40.9%. In Detroit neighborhoods, up to 10% of homes lack complete access to water, lacking either hot and cold running water, a bathtub or shower, or a sink with a faucet. If we ensure water access and affordability for places such as Detroit and other low-income areas and reorient the city, increase sidewalks and community safety, it can go a long way in helping those who live under the poverty level and reduce it. However, the downside of this is that people may be aware of this crisis and how it contributes to poverty and the environment, but still don't take action. Listening to what these people are saying may not help because other people may not care enough about the situation. There are many factors that contribute to poverty, and one of them is not having access to clean, sanitized water. If we don't take action by protecting and reducing our water usage and contributing to reconstructing our cities, poverty may never come to an end without the help and support of others. This is why choosing my organization, Working Bank, for the funds will help the city develop sustainably. Thank you.
Taking a look at the concept hologram behind me, our plan for Flint focuses on three facets of making the city more walkable: distance, beauty, and safety. In terms of distances, we want to design new shopping centers and work areas closer to residential areas and increase the construction of sidewalks. To maintain beauty, we will take initiatives to promote the planting of greenery throughout the inner heart of the city. To combat crime and make our streets safer, we will work with residents to develop systems of community policing and accountability. The advantages of our systems are multifaceted. Given the rise in popularity of the driverless vehicle since 2030, air quality in Flint continues to worsen in ways that severely harm the health of residents and accumulate up to millions in healthcare damages. By reducing car use, we aim to alleviate these effects of increased emissions. Furthermore, our goal of beautifying the city to the point of walkability will inevitably result in spillover benefits in encouraging initiatives like planting trees and cleaning trash from our streets. Our walkable designs will also help address the now frequent climate disasters. The ability to walk to the store can be essential in the event of the now commonplace rolling blackouts, as our nation struggles with the ramifications of climate change. In terms of downsides, we readily admit that designing a walkable city will require a confluence of things to go right. Achieving close distance, beauty, and safety may be impossible measures without significant investment and community compromise. The level of planning and affluence required to design such a city may well mean that the poorest parts of Flint are difficult to work on until deeper issues of inequality have been fully addressed. Furthermore, our plan may take a long time to produce tangible results in reducing emissions. The level of structural and cultural change that come with our plan will require years for full implementation and acceptance by the community. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for sharing all of your ideas to the rest of the council. Given that all the solutions seem important in developing sustainable future for Flint, it will be a difficult choice to have to choose funding for only one option.
I wholeheartedly agree. After hearing Deema and Jasmin speak, I realized how deeply most of our plans and goals are intertwined. Without safe walking spaces for parents to bring their girls to academic institutions, households that live in areas outside of busing lines and can't afford to own a personal vehicle would be entirely excluded from the improvements we plan to implement. This will only further exacerbate the issues of inequality already plaguing Flint for decades, and only widen the ability gap with the most impoverished and vulnerable communities. Only by having the chance to walk through our cities can our girls gain insight into the city's culture and problems in ways that will shape them into sustainable leaders of the future. In terms of water conservation, constructing a walkable city that reduces demand for cars can significantly reduce strain on the already overloaded fossil fuels industry, which uses thousands of tons of water to extract natural gases from the earth through processes like fracking. From this perspective, choosing to take a walk to work or school can be thought of as an active decision to reduce water consumption, among other things. What does everyone else think?
If we reduce the climate crisis, such as reducing our water usage and reconstructing our cities to become easily accessible, social justice and climate justice can become one thing and benefit the poverty industry, such as having access to more nutritious food, clean water, profitable agriculture, proper housing, renewable electricity, free and safe education, and public health. Having said that, if we improve our cities to make them more accessible to the young and to the youth and poverty areas, we can educate young people in ways they can be sustainable, which ties into using less water.
I also believe reducing and protecting our water can only be possible if we work together to make our city more sustainable, which is why the solutions proposed work hand in hand. If we improve our cities to allow for more access to education, which can improve poverty levels, then we can look at ways we can educate the youth on how they can be more sustainable, which ties into using less water and advocating to use less water to integrate these habits into their own lives and to improve our city.
Okay. It looks like we're all in agreement on the importance of establishing a multifaceted framework to confront a complex issue such as climate change. It seems to be the case that only one solution can ever be the silver bullet in tackling our ever-changing relationship with the environment in 2040. Let's split the funding.
Yay.
Yay!